Do you love comic book movies?
I love comic book movies.
Do you like girls dressed in cosplay?
I love cosplay.
Then this is the show for you. Welcome back to Talk Nerdy, to me, to us. We are your hosts of the show. I'm Jack Lutz, DJ, actor, host of EpCon, and this right here, he makes it all happen.
Troy Stegner.
The owner of EpCon and Zia Comics, and the holder of my pull list that I need to get to. It's good. Every time I walk in now.
Are you the gate master?
I am the gatekeeper, yeah. No, like every time I walk in now. Are you going to get your list? Are you going to get your comics?
That's Susie. Yeah.
Every time I walk in.
She's my enforcer.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I do need to. My pull list is getting a little fat, so I need to lighten the load, man. So, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a good one.
Yeah.
We could do a few segments.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do a few segments here. I think we should get to it, and let's talk about the big one coming up on AMC May 22nd, Preacher.
Preacher. Yeah, that's a great book. I'm surprised it's finally getting made.
Tony Stark's dad is playing Jesse Custer. is playing the Preacher.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, Howard Stark is playing the lead role in Preacher. And here's the thing. Preacher, if you've never read it, it is in my... Troy, it's in my top 5 of all time.
Really?
Of all time comic books from issue 1 to 66. It is just a non-stop, balls to the wall, action, drama, comedy. It is all in this comic book series. I highly recommend you pick it up to give you the background. This is about the hero, Jesse Custer. All right?
Hero or anti-hero?
You know what? Anti-hero. But you root for him so much throughout this series. He's a hard-drinking, hard-fighting man of God who suddenly gets this superhero power called the Genesis, which, without giving away too much about what Genesis is, how it came to be, but he has this power called the Word of God, where he tells you to do something, and you do it.
Similar to Lucifer.
Right. I mean, you're going to do it no matter what.
Isn't Genesis like a coupling of...
Yeah. When he tells you this, his eyes light up and they turn red, and then you end up doing it. I will say this, there's a part in the comic book series where he tells a guy, I want you to count all the grains of sand. And then I want to say it happened in issue, I can't remember what issue it was in an early issue, and the guy was very overweight, and then halfway between the series run, it goes back to that guy, and he's counting, and then he lost count, and then he had to start all over again. And
Did he lose any weight doing it?
He lost a lot of weight, and then finally he was done, and then you saw him, he lost a tooth, he lost maybe 30 pounds doing it, 40 pounds. Finally it happened. And in this comic book series, you will come across probably the baddest villain, the baddest dude who you also root for. And his name...
Cassidy?
Well, no, Cassidy is his friend. Cassidy
you're talking
turns out to be... I'm talking about the Saint of Killers. The Saint of Killers, yeah. The Saint of Killers, for all intents and purposes, is the Angel of Death. He is the instrument of God sent down to stop Jesse, because Jesse realizes God left the throne in heaven, is marching on earth, and he's not as powerful because he left his throne. So it's up to Jesse to confront God and to right certain wrongs that he felt God did. And so God is afraid of this, and he sends down the Saint of Killers. Nothing can stop him. Nothing can harm him. His power comes from these two twin revolvers that will never misfire, never run empty, and each shot will always be fatal. And these revolvers were forged from the horns of Satan and the sword of the Angel of Death. All right?
Nice.
A man so rotten, I don't even want to give it away. Let's just say he left hell on his own. He willingly... He came into hell, froze it over. Lucifer beat him an entire day in hell. and still couldn't drive the hate out of the Saint of Killers. So he became the new Angel of Death, left hell on his own, and he rested until it was God that needed him and to do his bidding. And then all the Saint of Killers wants to do, all he wants to do, aside from kill, is rest. That is all he wants to do. I want to rest. You're going to come across great characters such as you mentioned Cassidy. Cassidy, who's one of your favorites. He is an Irish vampire.
Hard drinking Irish vampire.
Right. And his girlfriend Tulip. Hard drinking, hard party.
Still haven't hit my favorite.
Right. Arseface?
Arseface.
I knew it. Arseface is another good character that this grungy kid who worshipped Kurt Cobain. And like Kurt, he wanted to...
Yeah, so much, he tried to commit suicide too.
He tried to check himself.
Screwed it up.
And his face looks like an arse. And that...
Didn't stop him from becoming a rock star, though.
Right. And that's how he talks. And Cassidy dubbed him Arseface. And you also have other great villains, such as Hair Star, who, let's just say throughout the course of the comic book, he is unable to pee correctly. All we're going to say.
There's some very colorful characters in Preacher.
It's just, I remember reading it. I have the first issue, and I got all the way to 10, and then that's when I started collecting the trade paperbacks. And I remember when the trades were coming out, I stopped reading after a while. I'm like, why have I stopped reading it? It was just, I went back to 1 and read it all the way through in one night. Also, what makes Preacher so good, again, the supporting cast, is that you're going to have, in the beginning, you will see Jesse's grandmother, his evil grandmother, and the 2 SOBs that help shape Jesse are Jody and TC. Jody and TC are 2 of the biggest SOBs that you will read. But by the way, they helped shape Jesse into who he is inadvertently. I mean, they do some horrible, horrible things. And there's a showdown. There's a huge showdown between Jesse and Jody during the series. And you see this horrible villain suddenly become proud of Jesse and who he is and what he has become. It's almost a very bonding experience before there's another tragic turn. So all you Preacher fans out there, are you excited? Did we miss anything? Let us know. All right, you can definitely check us out always, by the way, with the El Paso Herald Post. You can check us out with our YouTube page, subscribe, and follow, and we'd love to get back to you on that. So, what do you think? Did we cover it?
I think that pretty much wraps it. That gives them a good enough overview of Preacher.
Okay, good.
We could talk for hours on
I know
all the other stuff on Preacher.
Be sure. If you want to check out some of the trades, pick it up over here at Zia Comics. Troy will be more than happy to help you out. So that'll do it for another segment of Talk Nerdy to Me. I'm Jack Lutz.
Troy Segner.
Good night.
And sleep tight.
Get nerdy with me. Tell me what